Hi everybody, this is Shauna Fisher with Fitness Outside the Fishbowl. And so this past week I've kind of been doing my series on easy things that you can do to make recipes just a little bit healthier. So it's not always about getting everything just perfect or anything. It's making small consistent changes that will make a big difference in the long run. So this week I've gone over things like making a healthier banana bread, making a spaghetti sauce a little healthier by adding some veggies and stuff to it, making a great pasta swap, and even into alternatives to soda pop, and making pancakes a little healthier. Today what I want to go over is just some options for swapping out foods. And it can be in a variety of ways, and it can be as little as doing one thing to make a change, or it can be doing several things to make a change. So I'm just going to give you a few of my little tips and tricks that I do. So French fries, kids love them, we love them. So what I've done, instead of just regular French fries, or if we're out to eat or whatever, and you have that French fry craving, I actually at home I make my own. I make sweet potato fries, and super easy to do. Cut them up, toss them in a little olive oil, throw them in the oven, good to go. So might add a little bit of sea salt, Himalayan salt, or even I do a lot of Mrs. Dash with the no salt added to it for seasoning mixes. We talked about in our pasta swap, one about ways to swap out your white pasta. So spaghetti squash is a great one, zucchini noodles are another great one. Another option is tortillas. Love tacos in our house. And one of the things that we will do is, instead of just the white tortilla, we'll do a whole wheat tortilla, or use a lettuce leaf instead of the white tortilla. So just kind of simple things that you can do that way. Another one, sugar. Instead of using sugar, use honey or maple syrup or even agave. Great substitutions. Flour. Who knew? Black beans. You can make in your baking and stuff like that. You can swap out flour, or take out the white flour and use black beans. Still makes really good stuff. Ground beef. Now I've been doing this for years. I still do ground beef every once in a while, but I make sure I get the extra lean ground beef. But what I prefer to do is just ground turkey. It is a great substitute, and I use it for my meatloaf, my meatballs. I use it for almost anything that I'm cooking where it requires ground beef. Although we also have some ground venison in our house, so we use that as well, nice and lean. Another one that really goes unnoticed is swapping out your sour cream by using just a plain Greek yogurt, non-fat Greek yogurt. Seriously, cannot tell the difference. Love it. Simple things that you can do when you're cooking or whatever is, say you have a recipe that calls for heavy cream, use fat-free half and half. Or if you are typically a whole milk drinker, scale it down, go down to like 2% or skim milk, or replace that in your cooking. Easy things to do that way. Croutons. Who doesn't love croutons in their salads? I know I do. My son loves them. They're awesome. But another thing that I love to do instead of croutons is I take either roasted or raw unsalted nuts. So like raw pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. That gives those salads a nice little crunch without having the bread in there. Another one is breadcrumbs. Now when I make my meatloaf, my recipe calls for breadcrumbs. I haven't used breadcrumbs in my meatloaf. I don't know that I ever did. Maybe I did years ago. But anyway, what I do instead is I just take rolled oats, and I use rolled oats in there instead. And I don't add a lot, just enough to give it a little bit of a binding power. But it just gives it a nice little great addition to my meatloaf. So that's one of the other things I do. Another super duper simple thing to do is just make simple alterations. So anyway, small tips that can make a big difference in a long run. Hope you guys all have an awesome day.